Debonair. Okay.
What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. The building didn't start yet. Y'all the realest ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. The two-parent privilege. Is there a privilege of having two parents? Is there a benefit of having a two-parent household compared to a single woman or a single man household? Y'all listen. I've broken this down so many times. It's kind of becoming redundant at this point because honestly, it's either you believe it or you don't at this point, right? Having two parents in the house will give your child or children so many advantages. Being a single father, being a single mother, raising your child puts your child at such a disadvantage. And there is, especially, and I'm going to call it out in the Black community. I'm sorry, I'm going to call it out, but there is such a strong, there arrogance, disconnect, delusion, among other things in the Black community as far as single mothers raising children thinking that, hey, I can be the mother and I can be the father too. You cannot, ladies. You cannot. I'm sorry. And this is coming from someone that was born and raised in a single parent household. You cannot. Thank God I had my uncle. I say this all the time. My uncles, they was convicted felons, but I love my uncles. I don't give a damn. I love them to the death of me. Yeah, them boys done, you know, tore this person and that person up and did this and sold that and pimped this and did that and abused this. And at the end of the day, family is family, and I still love my uncles, even though they convicted felon. I still love them. It is what it is. But yeah, man. So it's delusion. That's really mainly what it is in being a two-parent household, man. I found this video, man, and I really, really wanted to speak on it for a million different reasons. But let's get into it, y'all. The two-parent privilege.
77% of white kids in the U.S. grow up with married parents. 88% of Asian kids. 62% of Hispanic kids. 38% of Black kids. That's not blaming Black moms. That is acknowledging that, only 38% of Black kids in this country have the benefit of married parents in their home. That gap in family structure will continue to perpetuate advantage and disadvantage across the generations. Many people don't want to touch this topic, or they're writing me off as a scold because they don't want to go back to stigmatizing single moms. And hopefully you would agree with your assessment of my book. I am not stigmatizing single moms in any way. But do people want to promote a social convention of dads if you have a child? Don't disappear, right? That seems like a behavior we might be okay stigmatizing, right? Like not being committed to helping the mom or the child.
It's such a sign to.
And before she moves on, looking at the other percentages is damn near double, right? Compared to, Blacks to Caucasians, is damn near double. And the issue is, in my opinion, I'm trying to be as PC as possible, y'all. I know what I want to say. I just don't want to offend anybody. We've been programmed socially into believing that there's nothing wrong with being a single mother. We've been programmed to believe in our community that the Black woman does not need a Black man to, first of all, to raise a family, let alone to be in a goddamn household. And it's done more harm than good, as you can see. We're the lowest as far as education. We're the lowest as far as being married. We're the lowest as far as kids being born in two-parent household. We're the most in debt. We're the most locked up. We're the most all these damn things, and it just doesn't make any sense. And when I see women today, 2023, 2024, it's almost around the corner, depending on when I drop this video. When I see women today, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, Well, why would you want to put yourself in a situation to the point where your kids are at a disadvantage? We understand that when you raise under a single parent household, your children is way more likely to become a menace to society, school dropouts, a convicted felon, all these crazy things, and you're still willing to run around and do that like it's okay, and it's not. We have to call a spade a spade. We have to meet each other in the middle and get back to building each other, building both of us up, which is the main point of not just this video, but just my channel in general. It's mainly about getting Black women back to Black men. It's about getting Black men back to Black women as far as dating, as far as marrying each other, as far as building a union, building foundations, and raising kids to, whatever your beliefs is and all those other things. That's what, at least for me, that's what this sector of YouTube is for. And we have to continue to do these things. We have to continue to have these types of conversations with each other, whether it's, whether it may offend you or not offend you, I don't know. But we have to have these conversations. We have to have them in its truths. We are struggling. And our kids is struggling even more, to the point where we got little Black boys that's in 6th grade reading at a 2nd grade level. Boys in 9th grade, 10th grade, still reading in middle school level. Can't even pass their high school entrance exams. We have our little girls running around here thinking it's okay to have sugar daddies, and she's only 13 years old. Hot in the goddamn pants. We have to get ourselves under control, because honestly, a lot of grown Black men and grown Black women ain't about sugar honey iced tea. They doing horrible in life, and their kids are going to follow suit. We have to be able to break that curse to be able to get to the other side, because if not, what's going to end up happening, our kids is going to get, first of all, our kids are already affected, but our grandkids is going to start getting affected, and the cycle is going to continue. We have to break the curse somewhere, y'all. It is not a mistake. It was not an accident that I made it to 30 years old with no goddamn kids. It is not a mistake, bro. It is not. I'm telling y'all right now, I would have had at least, I'm not even exaggerating, I would have had at least about 8, 9, 10 baby mamas by now. I'm telling y'all right now. I was, especially in my younger years, I was not pulling out a, let me keep going.
To me, of how unraveled things have become, that even asserting the idea that it is good to be an involved parent, it is good for a mom and a dad to consider getting married, it is good for a dad to contribute and be in a kid's life. Like, the idea that these things are sort of reflexively heard as being scoldish, school marmy, the sign of, like, Phyllis Schlafly style social conservative coming out of your mouth, is just, to me, a sign of, I don't know, like, how crazy the conversation around this topic has gotten.
It's gotten crazy around that topic because you have people being overly sensitive. You have people that's avoiding accountability. You have people that want to ignore the obvious, right? And those types of things tends to do more harm than good. And I mean that by, I don't know why my thing keeps stopping. What's going on? Okay, there we go. I don't know why I kept stopping. What I mean by that is somebody has to do it. Somebody has to come out here and be that type of beacon of hope. And that's one of the main reasons why I have so much respect for Kevin Samuels, right? Because he chose to be that someone. Somebody had to come out here and address the nonsense. And it starts with us, the adults. You cannot change kids. Like, I mean, you kind of can, but you really can't, because you can't change kids. I'm gonna tell you why. You cannot change kids like that, because a lot of the times it starts from home. It stems from somewhere. The issue, the problem, the trauma stems from somewhere, and in most cases it comes from the people at home, i.e. the single mother or a single father, or sometimes both mom and dad. So you can't really do too much as far as helping that child, because now you're trying to help the child to need to become ABC 1, 2, 3. But then by the time you look up, now the child is developing traumatic, mental problems from ABC 1, 2, 3. It starts with the adults. The adults need to change. It needs to change. And I understand that we're not going to be able to change 100% of them damn Black people. I already know that. But in business, going through my my business school, right? Everybody know me. I did my undergrad and then I did grad school. When I completed my MBA, a lot of the times I've done so many case studies and I read so many articles and all this, that, and the third. We don't need to change 100% of Black people, man. We only thing the percentage that you needed to tip the scale in the other direction is 10%. And this is where my channel comes in. This is where this sector of YouTube comes into play, because it's just like we are trying to tip that scale. We only need 10%, y'all. If I can just get to 10%, I don't need to get to 100 million people. If I can just get to, hell, a couple mil, I'll be okay. It'll be okay. We will eventually be able to get there. All we need is 10%, y'all. That's it. There is several Black men out here like me. Never been arrested, educated, ain't got goddamn kid. All these other things. There's several of us out here that's like that. So we have to be that voice of reason, because honestly, if I'm being brutally honest, there's a lot of Black men out here doing horrible. Not even gonna hold y'all. They doing bad as hell. And I understand why women are in the situations and in the mindset that they're in, because a lot of these Black men out here, they not handling their job. So it starts with us. We have to be that voice of reason, that whatever. Anyway, man, I want y'all to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, man, be separate.